For about 3 or 4 hours. I do have to get some sleep. I do have things to do, but I will be back tomorrow, casting more. So I will put up on Twitter and on Facebook, facebook.com/dkgsc, and Twitter. That's @avos5. You can follow me there. See when I'm going to be streaming. I do not have a set streaming schedule because my schedule has been changing around quite a bit. But I mean, for the next couple weeks, I will definitely be sure to be streaming almost every day. So, oh yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to disconnect. I blue screened on that one. But this will be my last match that I'm casting. So, in the top, this is IXT's IATFalcon. In the bottom, this is the clanless variety. And, because it's my last one, I am going to look at this. I don't know. Let's look at the win-loss. Try and do some deductive reasoning here. 56 wins, 39 losses. 14-6. And then we'll see what the chat was saying. IATFalcon. You know what? Just because IATFalcon has more games, though, I think that he might actually pull this out. So, we are just outside of the betting, so we can't bet. We'll have to wait 5 minutes. But we will find out. But yeah. Like I said, everybody follow me on Twitter. Follow me. Favorite me here on Twitch. You'll be notified every time I am streaming. I am also linked with Team Liquid, so you can see when I'm streaming on there. And I will be posting that as well on Team Liquid and updating my stream status on there. But, I mean, right now we're just kind of talking while everything's getting underway. Pretty similar builds right now. Barracks almost completed for Falcon. Falcon not going to be able to build that that orbital command quite yet. Probably going to have to cancel that SCV, but Variety wondering if there's a proxy, but no, he's just saving up for a command center is what it looks like. So there's an orbital command and a couple Marines. So just banking up a little bit of money. Oh man, a couple more barracks going down. Looks like Variety wants to do some early aggression, and there's that command center that I was asking for. So, if Falcon can hold off the early aggression from Variety, if he can scout it out just in time, looks like Falcon's going to be able to scout it out, see the early aggression, sees that there's no base being put in place. Looks like Variety's not going to be able to wall it off quite in time, but there is going to be a Marine. So it looks like Variety's got himself scouted out, and I mean, doesn't have his command center in place. Falcon seeing all 3 racks, and now now Variety's saying, uh-oh, I didn't build a CC, so all in incoming, factory going down, and I have a feeling that's going to be for Widow Mines, making sure that he's going to detonate against all those non-upgraded Marines that I would assume are going to be what's coming. And so now he's dropping the command center, so all-in ink, not necessarily an actual all-in. Fake all-in. But, I mean, Variety... Oh, no. Yeah, that is Variety's SCV. Variety's SCV, still alive, still kicking. Gonna be able to scout everything out. Making sure that he's gonna check everything over here. Gonna go on the high ground. The supply depot not lifted, but the scout is denied. Should have seen that orbital command regardless. But, man, what a close call there. Let's check his vision. Let's see Variety. Yeah, I definitely saw it. Totally saw that over there. Just barely, though. So that's okay. IATFalcon, pausing the game. Unfortunately, now we can't chat with him. I got nothing, guys. So now we're just gonna wait. Because we're paused. Ah, I got a text. guess I'm going to respond to text. It looks like Falcon is waiting for the text to show up on screen, but it's not going to. So I wonder what we're waiting for. So now we just make funny faces at the camera, that's all I got. That's really all I got. I'm not good with downtime, guys. I can make funny faces, but I mean, I can't talk about the players. I can't tell you what's going on. So I mean, they're basically both going for the same build. Well, I mean, there's Factory. I guess they're not going for the same build. I lied to you. Double Factory, so we might have a meching player. Looks like we've got Mech versus... Looks like we might have Mech versus Bio over here. That'd be pretty cool. I'd like to see that. I'd like to be able to cast that. Bunch of Marines, bunch of barracks, couple factories, and a barracks producing a tech lab. So I assume that's going to be lifted afterward. Because I mean, I did hear Widow Mine, so he's going to be able to protect himself from all the racks that are over there. And I mean, honestly, in this kind of position, your bio forces are more mobile. Your mech forces are stronger. But there we go. There's the switch. And I mean, maybe we'll see another factory just to see what kind of production we're going to have. I assume they're going to be tanks. And now Variety with the scan, making sure that he's got vision of literally every production facility there and the other CC. So that orbital command has been spotted. I mean, Variety knows basically exactly what's going on everywhere. And so Variety is going to send out a little kill team just to scout everything out, see what's going on, see what he can kill. And Falcon has vision of it, but not going to be able to do a whole lot about it other than run away bravely. Bravely run away. Brave, brave Sir Ravin. Bravely, he ran away. So now we're going to go get vision of the other tower now that we're holding this one safely. And Falcon going ahead and scouting out with this Marine, seeing if there's anything going on. There's a little bit of a skirmish over here, but that Marine did not last too long. And the Marauder took the brunt of the damage, so not a whole lot going on over there. A little bit of a skirmish over here. One Marine will fall, and it looks like Falcon. Falcon had the first shot in there. Who shot first? Greedo or Han Solo? Looks like this is the Han Solo Marine. We got all the nerd references over here. Hellions going out and about. Going to be able to do a decent amount of damage just because Marines don't do that well against Hellions. That Marine did not get very far. Got to the Vespene Geyser. So now Falcon making sure that he's clearing out the towers, taking out every single Marine at the towers. One shot. Two shots, taking them all out. And now he's going to be able to get into the mirror line, maybe, if that wall doesn't get completed in time. We do have starports going on. Gonna see a tech lab going down from this factory. And it looks like Variety is going to go ahead and go out and try and scout out again with that Marine. But this Marine's going to have a little bit of vision earlier. So it looks like this is going to be another Han Solo Marine. Just going to get that first shot off. And the Hellions coming in for another kill team kill. And there's the third base going off, going out and about. It looks like Variety is going to be a little bit behind on the macro, but not too much, because you can see right here, he's got his third base up and running. Once he spotted that third base being constructed, he started his own. And it looks like on this particular version of the map, there are no rocks in the back, so you can just go ahead and land there whenever you want. So that's one thing to note. This is different than the ladder edition of the map. There are rocks back there for the ladder edition, just blocking that third base. For the Peep mode version, there are no rocks there. Just beware. And now Blue Flame is done, and Variety's going to lose a lot of SCVs right there. A lot of them killed off, and now his macro is going to be held back just that little bit further. Killed him off pretty quickly, so I mean it wasn't the most cost-effective thing, but it looks like there's a drop over here from Variety, taking out a decent amount of mining time, if not a lot of SCVs. Looks like he got quite a few SCVs out of position. All of them pretty much escaped from Falcon, but another drop coming in. It looks like it's full of just Marines and tanks doing a decent amount of friendly splash damage over there. But that one tank just got a really nice shot over there. Oh, man. Didn't quite get this supply depot, but it looks like a few things got canceled back here, just to make sure that he got some of his money back. But man, this play is really nice. I do enjoy this. This one barracks trying to float around here. Spotted a couple of the drops, so they didn't do as much damage as they could have. And now the missile turret over here just to make sure that everything is copacetic and gonna be able to prevent any sort of drops from doing too much damage and keep the medevacs from sticking around way too long. And so I'd like to see Variety drop these Marines just so that he can repair them, or heal them rather. And so now we've got a huge bio army coming up, and we still have tanks and Hellions in here, and still more tank shots happening. But Blue Flame against Marines not doing a whole lot. On the Marine side, those Hellions are just tearing through Marines over here, but got the army a little out of position. That Widowmine right here got one kill and did a lot to weaken up the rest of the army. So now these Hellions are going to be able to come in here and clean up the rest of the mess, really. Tank doing a decent amount of damage to the Marauders. The Marauders need to be picked up and left on top of the tank. But, I mean, fortunately for them, there are medevacs here. And, I mean, not being able to see where... Just scanning to see where the Widowmines are. Gets the one tank, needs to pick up and get out of there again. Otherwise, these Hellions are just going to be able to do a lot of damage, especially because there is no concussive shell done. And Falcon making sure that he's got a little bit of a surround on those Marauders, doing just that little bit of extra DPS so that they can't micro away and stutter step. And, I mean, doing a little bit of friendly damage to that siege tank from the neighboring siege tank, but overall, not a whole lot done. And now, 2 medevacs deep in the red, but that did cancel that Widowmine shot. Another scan goes down, sees the missile turret, sees that there are no more Widowmines, but the tanks are sieging up in the back. And, I mean, the Hellions are trying to bait some of the Marines forward, bait everything in there, but it looks like Variety's going to sneak back into the third base because he knew the third base was under construction. So he knows the third base was probably down there, scans it to be sure, and now he's going to stem in there and take out these missile turrets so the medevacs can go ahead and heal everybody up. And now the tanks are going to siege up in the background. Hellions with their blue flame doing a lot of damage, lifting away. Variety gets out of there before he loses too much more. And now Variety coming in with his reinforcements, and it looks like off these 5 factories now, a lot of production going down. And I mean, the nice thing about this is that he can switch into air at some point later because he does have that armor upgrade that works for both air and vehicles. So the tanks over here not quite in range, but doing a lot of damage because they do a little bit of extra damage against Marauders. This SCV is trying to come in here and keep everything at distance from the tank so that he can keep shooting it down, but gets the tank anyway. And now the SCVs are trying to get this round. And, I mean, unfortunately for SCVs, they just don't do enough DPS to take out a Marauder that's being healed. But looks like they're going to finally get out of there. 2 of the medevacs go down from that one lucky shot missile turret. And you can see the 2 kills right there. Getting that both those medevacs. Really nice play there. Monster going ahead, and this is just too much intensity for him. He's got to leave the game. Falcon making sure that he reestablishes his superiority at the watchtower, making sure that he's going to see some of the movement across the map, and going to have a little bit of vision. I think it goes out to about here. Now he's going to see Variety moving out with another Marauder kill team, and scans are going down, seeing where Falcon is, seeing if there are any sort of Widowmines buried around. Fool me once, shame on me. Or fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I guess is what we're going around with here. And now the Marauder kill team has decided to take out a bunch of Blue Flame Hellions because Blue Flame Hellions just don't do that much to Marauders because Marauders are armored units. 4th base going down for IATFalcon, but there hasn't been a whole lot of damage done to the economy of Variety after that first Hellion kill team got through. And Variety's just been doing a lot of distraction, and might even get the cancel on this planetary fortress if he gets in there in time. And I mean, if Falcon's not even paying enough attention, might even be able to get the destruction of this command center after it's lifted off. Not going to be able to fly quite fast enough, not enough healing, not enough repairing going on. Scans going down to see if there are any more Widowmines, seeing where the tanks are, seeing the positioning so he can set himself up. Sees where everything is, and now he's going to go ahead and scan the third base, sees where everything is going to be, and it looks like he's going to have to pick up and go ahead and drop himself on top of those tanks if he's going to be able to do any damage. But now the Blue Flame Hellions have gone into the mineral line, and this is a really nice counterattack, taking out all the SCVs at the natural expansion. I mean, just a couple shots here by these Blue Flame Hellions. Now we're moving back into the third base of IATFalcon. And stimming into a wall of tanks, not always the best idea, especially with SCVs tanking a little bit of damage. Falcon losing SCVs left and right, but now he's going to creep into these tanks and do a lot of damage. This base is under fire and going to take a lot of damage. More Hellion kill teams, and tanks going to be able to distract from everything, but now the kill team is engaged. Marauder's going to be shot down a little bit, but I mean, these Vikings have cleared out all the medevacs, and now they just need to land and take out the rest of these Marauders. There should probably be some sort of planetary fortress to support some of these bases, but now there's some more engagements going on over here. Marauders being taken out by Hellions, and again, that's not a great thing there, but you can see that a lot of SCVs were taken out, nothing in the gas, all of them on the mineral patches and only half saturated. He's got this base back here pretty much fully saturated, but he's starting to get mined out at his main base, doesn't have another expansion lined up. So while 3-3 is about done, this is about the time when the main and natural are going to be completely mined out, so this is only a small window of time where this is going to be extremely dangerous. Vikings are taking out as many medevacs as they possibly can. All the Marauders are getting hit really hard by the tank, and the SCVs are starting to get pulled off the mineral line. Vikings need to go ahead and land and take out the rest of these Marauders. Tanks are coming down to try and take out the rest of the Marauders. And Falcon is coming in with some more Hellbats to try and defend everything. He has 2-2, does not quite have 3-3 on the way. And 3-3, like I said, on the way for variety, but he's almost down to just fumes on what he can produce, because he's almost mined out his natural. You can see there's only a couple mineral patches that have anything of value, and the main base is totally mined out now. His third base has a lot, but producing off of one base, that's not going to be quite the same production. IATFalcon almost entirely mined out at his third base, but he has had a pretty big bank of minerals, so he's going to be able to produce a lot of Hellbats at the same time. And he still has quite a few tanks in here, but unfortunately a lot of Marauders in here going to stim and get in right up close and personal with these tanks. A lot of SCVs going to get picked off immediately. It almost looks like his bio army may be too tough for Falcon to deal with, but he still has a lot of mechs, so if he can get that in a proper position, he's going to be able to finish this off, gets that command center out of the way so the Marines can't shoot it down. Now he just needs to siege up and take out these Marauders. Hellbats will be able to take a lot of damage from the front, keep everything at a nice distance, and tanks are going to be able to do a lot of damage. And now the Hellbats are coming in here and doing a decent amount of damage to the Hellions, but there's not enough in here, and now this one Marauder, lone Marauder, not able to do enough damage. So like I said, now we're producing off of basically a one-base economy. He does get another base over there, but we're basically mined out over here. Not a whole lot of SCVs. All these SCVs not mining, so you're producing off of basically 1.5 base economy. And I mean, Falcon not too far behind him, but still has a decent sized army. But it looks like these tanks are getting picked off slowly but surely. And Variety, thankfully, has a lot cheaper units, thankfully for him at least. And IATFalcon still has a pretty good siege line over here. Gonna have some more Vikings to be able to take out some of these medevacs, but there are a lot of medevacs. So I mean, I don't think one Viking is gonna be able to take out all of these, especially with the speed of the medevacs versus the Vikings. Sure, Vikings have what seems like 1,000,000 range, but it is not indefinite. They do get out of range eventually. So we've got a lot of Marauders, a lot of Marines, and a huge Doom drop getting loaded up, and all these medevacs are going to be dropped on top of all these tanks, and these tanks are surely going to fall. And now everything goes down. A lot of friendly splash damage, and the Marauders are going to stim in and take everything out. And we do have Vikings getting taken out left and right. This natural expansion is going to go down, surely going to fall. Marines are going to stim in and try and do as much damage as they can. Tanks are out of position, trying to siege up in the background. And I mean, you look at all these medevacs, these, I have to say, the Vikings have done a lot of damage. Killed off a few of these medevacs, and now this command center over here is under fire. The Marines are stimming in. They have 3-3. They're going to do a lot of damage, almost taking down to half health over here. And I mean, just a lot of damage being done. Widow Mines over here doing a ton of splash damage. Tanks coming in, and now, I mean, just these Widow Mines going to be able to do a lot. And it's going to do a lot of friendly splash damage, unfortunately, only to medevacs, but these tanks over here not sieged up and still able to attack these Marauders. Only one Marauder remains, but there's another bio army coming up the back. And it looks like IATFalcon is just in a world of hurt. I mean, there is the one Marauder over here, and I mean, these these Widow Mines might be able to refresh in time, but they got out of there. Those medevacs got out of there just in time. Would have lost every single one of those medevacs over there to those 2 Widow Mines. But Falcon is going to be long distance mining for a little bit of time here until he can establish another base. Falcon trying to establish another base over here, but his opponent is starting to pull ahead in the macro game. Variety just needs to go ahead and 1A his way to victory. With a few scans, he should be able to pull this victory out, spreading his Marines out nicely. He'll be able to pull this out really well. And oh no, those Widow Mines getting really good detonations. Without drilling claws, he's going to be able to snipe them out before they even get down there. These tanks are going down left and right, and a huge bio army still in effect. And I mean, 2 Widow Mines over here, not going to be able to do a whole lot. They're repositioning themselves, but unfortunately getting taken out before they even get a chance to burrow all the way and get their shot off. And some of these SCVs are trying to repair this command center, trying to keep it alive, but every SCV risked its life and just absolutely wrecked. IATFalcon does have 1 floating barracks over here, and I mean, you can see that this bio army is trying to hunt down every single base. Hellions on their way out, trying to take out as much economy as they possibly can. They might be able to get away with a little bit over here, but unfortunately, for them, they're not going to be able to take out that command center. Just not enough DPS from them against armored units. And the SCVs have spotted everything. They're going out of here. They're spreading out as best they can. Marines and Marauders trying to take out everything. A little bit of a stim in here, and there's just not much of a Hellion army to take care of anymore. Now the mules are going to be dropped in the SCV or in the mineral line because they know that it's going to be safe. 2 just huge armies over here. 1 Hellion still remains. Going to get surrounded over here. Not going to be able to take out any more SCVs now that it's gone. And we just have 1 huge bio army left. And I mean, I'm not seeing a whole lot. We've got 1 tank, 1 Hellion, 1 Widow Mine. And unfortunately for him, that's just not a whole lot left. I mean, I don't know what he's going to be able to do over here. But now we've got the huge ball of Marine Marauder after they've stemmed up. They've healed up a little bit, and I just don't think there's going to be enough repair to save that orbital command. And now that's the last base that he had available. Falcon throwing out the GG, and indeed that was a well-played game. Variety with the victory. What a well-played game. Alright guys, that's going to be it for me. I hope you guys had a fun time. I'm going to stretch it out for a little bit, and then I'm going to hit the sack. So I hope you guys had a good time. For everybody watching, feel free to follow me on Twitter. Please follow me on Twitch and Twitter. Follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/DKGSC. On Twitter, you can follow me at @avos5. And if you're listening to my voice right now, you're already on my Twitch, so you can follow me right here. It does support me quite a bit, especially the more viewers that I can get that will support me in future endeavors and will continue making me want to do this kind of thing. So the more support from you, the more content I can produce. So anyway, this has been DKG's Avos, and I'm signing out for now. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.